Welcome to Woman Who Chat, and today I'm here with Andrea Rainsford, the SEO Angel. You are an angel, Andrea. What are you up to at the moment? Just fill us in on what's happening in your life right now.
Well, I think it's a really exciting time because we're moving into some really big changes in SEO. Next year, we're seeing some really big things coming to the forefront. They've been in the background, but they're coming through to the fore. And one of which is multi-genre search, which is really going to impact a lot of e-commerce businesses and a lot of businesses that sell products online. So at the moment, we can search for, let's say we're looking for a little black dress to go to that Christmas party, and we'll see an array of images at the top of the screen that show us the little black dresses that we can go and click on. But say, for example, if you like a particular dress, you like a particular style, you can then click on that image and you can use Google Lens, which is in the search bar in the top right, and you can put in more keywords, so then you can get all of dresses of that particular type. Or if you wanted to go out and you wanted to buy a dress near you, you can just put near me into the search with Google Lens and it will show you all of the shops near you that have got those dresses in. So it's some really exciting things coming through next year, especially for e-commerce businesses. And obviously voice search has always been quite big, but it's just getting bigger and bigger. So it's, a lot of us are getting lazier. A lot of us are talking to Siri, we're talking to Alexa, rather than going to our keyboards, and what that means for businesses that are going to implement SEO is we've just got to look at longer tail words. When we're asking questions, they tend to be longer. They tend to be a little bit different than if you're typing on a keyboard. So yeah, some really big things coming through, and it's helping my clients to make sure they're implementing that.
Yeah, and you're so right about that. I don't search for one word now. I search, as you say, the little black dress. I wanted a specific length. I wanted a specific style. And I type whole questions in.
Yeah,
and I think
you get specific data, don't you? Then you get what you want. You're not trawling through pages and pages of results that you don't want. And I think we're learning that. I think we're learning to be more specific because we're busy. We haven't got time to be trawling through endless results pages, have we, really?
No, and I think the key for business owners is putting yourselves in the head of the person who's searching for your services, because you don't know what people are searching for. You don't. And it's what you think they might be searching for could be something totally different.
And that's what always concerns me when I see a lot of data and a lot of posts out there on social media. There's a lot of people that will say, well, make a list of keywords that you want to be visible for, and then you need to implement those into your social media profiles, into your marketing, into your podcasts, into your YouTube channels, into your website. But the fundamental flaw with that is like you've already said, we're assuming. We're making a lot of assumptions. We think they know how we search. And what a lot of my clients, before they come to me, think is they go to a keyword research tool, they'll find the highest volume and they'll be like, yeah, I want to be visible for that. The problem is you don't actually know what your audience are using. So I use a paid tool called Ubersuggest by Neil Patel, and you have the ability to look at like competitors' websites for keywords by traffic. So we'll go and look at people that do a very similar job to us. And by analysing their websites with keywords by traffic, what it actually tells you is how your audience is searching. So it's a great starting point for thinking about, that's what my audience are actually looking for, because usually it's a pain point. It's very rarely are they searching for specifically what you do, like career coach or executive coach. They've got a problem and they want a solution. And we have to identify those problems and use those in our content, because my clients get most of their results through their blogs, through their articles, through their content that they do for people searching by the specific roles that they do.
Yeah, and it's about driving traffic to your website as well, isn't it? But if you're not driving the right people to your website, I post things as you do on LinkedIn. I get as many men following me as I do women, because they say that they find my stuff helpful. Well, exactly. My target audience isn't men, but if they can refer me to a woman or something like that, exactly. It's interesting. It's amazing the people that you do actually reach by what you share, isn't it?
I think it is, and I think you hit the nail on the head. When we're going onto social media and we're sharing content, and it may be that you've written a blog that's got 10 pieces of value in it, and then you want to split that down into 10 social media posts. You then want to drive them to your website to read the other 9. But like you said, the people that are reading it on social media, they might be value to them, But what we want them to do is be referring it to their network, referring it to their peers, because we want Google to see that our content is quality, and that people want to read it and they want to share it, and they're talking about it, because that's the way we're going. We're not going to the point where, well, let's see how many people we can get on our website. It's how many people are going to land on the website. They're going to stay, they're going to spend time, they're going to dwell, they're going to read your content. So we have to think about internal linking as well, linking to other blogs, linking to our services, linking to other things, because we don't assume they're going to get to the bottom of a blog or an article. It might be that we can send them elsewhere around our website so that they can stay and they can dwell, and they can, you know, they're saying to Google, this website is incredibly valuable to me and my industry and what I do, and therefore you gain extra visibility points.
Yeah, it's such a complex area, Andrea. You know, the world needs an SEO angel, because
they do.
And we try as business owners to be everything, don't we? Especially when you're sort of a solopreneur or a sole business owner, you try and be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And you can't really. You've got to niche down, and you've got to outsource really and get the experts in, because you can't always do everything yourself. You think you can.
You try.
But you can't, and I know I'm not naive enough to know that, I need fresh content on my website. Google likes fresh content, but you also need to SEO optimize it. And, you can't just do that. It's got to be well thought out.
I think you have to have a strategy. And that's the thing I say when I'm doing a lot of my talks and I'm doing a lot of my presentations. SEO means traffic to your website. That's the easy bit. SEO strategy means actual living and breathing, high converting clients to your website. And that's the difference. Is, I did a free keyword research training on Monday, and that's available to anybody who's listening to the podcast. I'll send the link to Sandra so she can send it out to you. And I was happy to do that free keyword research training, because so many businesses are trying to do it themselves, and if they can't quite afford for me to help them at the moment, I just want to give them that helping hand so that they can do it correctly. And what the keyword research does is it guides you towards your strategy, because it helps you to understand how your audience is searching. It helps you to validate whether your products and services there's actually a demand, because if the research isn't there, the keyword research doesn't show you that your audience are looking for it, your marketing is going to be that much harder. I see all the time, what shall I call my program? What shall I call my mastermind? What shall I call my webinar? If you've got keywords in there and you're solving pain points, it's going to be that little bit easier for you to fill those programs and those offerings, because you're actually being found by people that are already searching. And that's basically what SEO means, is that you're attracting a group of people that have already made the decision to search. So to me, it's a bit of a no-brainer why you wouldn't invest or train or learn SEO, because it means that it's going to be that little bit easier for you to market to people.
I mean, you've touched on this just a minute ago. Things are tough now. It is challenging for businesses. People haven't got the fluid income maybe that they had a few years ago, and people are cutting back.
Yeah.
So for somebody that's looking for low-cost solutions and maybe have to do things themselves, what advice and tips would you give them? What would you say to them is probably the priority thing that they could do for now, just to keep going?
I think first of all, where we always start with an SEO strategy, is you need to know where your business is and you need to know where it's going. If you haven't got a plan, even if it's only for the next 12 months, even if you just can't bear to think past the next 12 months, just have an idea about where you're going, and then think about how you're going to get there. Just 3 key objectives that you want to try to grow to your business or try to increase income. And then once you've got those objectives, then think about the audience, think about your target audience, who you solve the biggest issue for. Because with SEO, where you create consistent income is where you're solving a reoccurring issue. So it's a huge issue that you solve, that people are just going to keep on and on and on and on and searching for. So you need to identify that via keyword research. And that is looking at your competition. Now, I don't believe that any of us have real direct competition, because we're all unique. We have different skills, we have different experiences. But what we all do have is we all have search competition. So when your audience go to search for a solution to a problem, i.e. a service or product, they're going to find people that are ranking above even below you. So go and look at your search competition, analyse them. And we're not looking to copy them. We're not looking to compare them. What we're looking to do is to analyse how your audience are looking and searching and buying. And that's the key thing. Gather that data, validate your services and products, validate that there's that there is a demand for them, and then look at your value ladder. How can you service your audience? Mine starts from £27 up to, in an ebook, up to £10,000, which is an all singing, all dancing corporate package, and it has everything in between. We have single products like a keyword research audit, we have a visibility audit, and then we have like my visibility mastermind, where I teach you everything that I do in a one-to-one. So that's like a very cost-effective way of learning everything, and I do live training every month with them. And so there are options out there for people that want to train with me, but also those tips they can go and implement now today themselves.
Yeah, and I think at the moment, businesses that, some are fighting for survival, and people aren't spending. People are almost hesitant now to spend.
Right.
And I think, we're spending more wisely. We're looking at what return on investment we're going to get. So it's about, digging down and looking in your business and finding what's essential, the bits you can do yourself for now, and then finding the experts, reading around it. And, we both work in visibility, and it's about becoming more visible, but in the ways that you can do within your budget right now.
That's right. And I think that one of the things that I see all the time is that everybody thinks that they need a website, and every small business owner thinks they need to go and create their own website because they can't afford it. The answer is you don't. And they say to me, but I need to point somewhere. I need to point my audience somewhere, but you don't. We know that we can create online portfolios. We can create lead magnets. We can create landing pages within MailerLite and MailChimp. You don't need to spend all of your time and energy creating a website. I always say that you need to wait until you've got some form of budget where you can get some form of SEO done, you can get some professional copy, you can get it designed, and you can get it built. And that's the order that it should be: SEO, copy, design, build, because your website should make money for you. It shouldn't be you struggling where it isn't your level of expertise, you're not too sure what you're doing, you're putting it together, it doesn't look professional. And I think we have to remember that this is the shop window to the world of our business. So, if you can, it's very easy to create drag and drop landing pages in MailerLite, in MailChimp, and in Canva. So it's, if that's within your skill set and you're selling a product or service, then rely on that for the interim. Don't spend all of your time and effort trying to complete a whole website with homepage, about pages, service pages, interest pages, FAQ pages. It's just such a tall order. So that would be my recommendation. You don't need somewhere to point your audience towards.
Yeah, that's a valuable insight. And I think so many people spend their money and fret over their website, their branding colors, their logo. I've seen people actually spend more time on their logo than actually their business plan. It's bizarre. I say to people, come out from behind the logo and just, get out there, put yourself out there. Anyway,
that's it. Lovely to chat to you.
We have run out of time today. I could talk to you for hours, and we will.
Me too.
We will revisit again, and we will come back and we will pick up on some of these topics. But for now, Andrea Rainsford, the SEO Angel, it's been fantastic speaking to you.
Thank you, Sandra.